And we are live. Thanks everybody for watching the Marvel Heroclix Spider-Verse 300 Modern Tiermaker. So I know this was unannounced necessarily, but Alex is currently sharing the link. And of course, if you're watching this on the recording, you're already aware of that. I assume you guys are the one viewer that we got on, one of you two already?
Yeah, that's me getting the link, most likely.
Yeah. It was quick. Somebody already dropped a like. That's awesome.
Oh, that was not me, so... Oh, yeah. It's Hunter Kovacs.
Nice. Thanks, Hunter. Hey, thanks for joining in. Hey, look at there. All right. Perfect. I'm glad you all are joining us on this fine Sunday night.
I'm impressed when people just hop on right when we start.
Yeah, they liked and they subscribed and they turned on the bell for notifications. So greatly appreciated. Jason, does your audio work tonight?
I guess. Do you hear me?
We do now, yeah.
Hopefully it stays that way. I know you couldn't do this without my wonderful analysis of figures.
Yeah, we couldn't. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
All right. So we wanted to make sure to get this Tiermaker in leading into Adepticon. We're going to try to record a pre-Adepticon episode as well.
We're definitely not recording a P. That's for a certain level of Patreon.
We've done that before for free.
Yeah. Yeah. With a world champ.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's hop in. As a reminder, this is a 300 Modern Tiermaker, not a sealed Tiermaker, not a kitchen table Tiermaker, not a pulp Tiermaker, not Silver Age
Yo Mama Tiermaker.
Right.
Yo Mama.
This is a 300 Modern Tiermaker. And then, just as a reminder, S will definitely be on winning builds, be a meta staple. A will most likely be on a winning build and at least makes top cuts consistently. B is just meh. C is could be tried. D is utter trash. But what that's led into is D, please don't try it. B and C, it's probably okay if you tried it. And then S and A are most likely people are going to be trying it. So... or just utterly broken, one of the two.
Yeah, C typically boils down to, hey, it's kind of interesting. Like, just...
B is meh tier, huh?
Yeah.
Meh.
All right.
Yeah, basically.
I just want to know, where are we at on goons today?
Like in general?
Before we get started, how are we on the 15-point goons?
Kind of made a negligible impact, it seems like.
It seems like we keep rating them out of D, and then they keep never getting played.
It's because they all work together, and they haven't retired yet. Like, none of them have, right? They came out in Notorious.
That
was when Goons started.
They didn't come out in BTU, did they?
No, I'm pretty sure.
It was Notorious.
It was Notorious. So we have, like... I need to put them all together. We probably have, like 15, 16 Goons to... play around with, and I don't know. It's hard for me to put them in D tier unless the piece itself is just D tier. Like the goon capability, its gooning capability is just not good enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get started then. Spider-Man 001, which happens to be Miles, is a D.
Mm-hmm.
Then... I really do think that the Mysterio goon is probably at least a C.
He's probably my favorite one of all time.
Yeah. I mean, shape change, willpower, poison, mind control.
Dual target mind control, too.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's tough.
He's going to get played in conjunction with another piece that we're going to see later.
Yeah, the Mysterio chase, right?
Yep.
Well, spoiler, jeez.
Yeah, geez, just throw it out there already.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I
was trying to be coy about it,
Yeah.
Well, I get it. All right, so Spider Bite. Okay, so here's why Spider Bite is not a C. Or not a D, sorry. It's a C. It is the cheapest, and I think I said this on the set review, it is the cheapest Spider-Man family keyword that works in conjunction with Captain Universe. So you give this 29.5-cent common a $200 pog that'll give it flight, and then you can carry around Captain Universe.
You even have to do that? Oh, I guess you do, because she doesn't have... I thought she had a one. Never mind.
So, Spider Bite, I am going to at least put in B because of the efficiency.
If you're not doing the Captain Universe thing, I mean, she is 15 points for just the Spider-Man TA. Like, in conjunction with all, her damage power, but... That's a good TA. You remember, it's not wild card or anything. It's the Wonder Woman super senses. So,
yeah,
how often we forget that's what it is sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'm putting it in C. I don't think it's that good.
I just put it in B. I mean, but it's barely B for me. So, Iceman. Surprising though, out of the gate here, that we have something that we're not just like 1 through 24 are in D. Because that is pretty typical for us.
We should start the next one that way.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, Jason. Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the case, and that Smash and Destroy doesn't have that, and we're like, all right, here we go.
I would be happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah. All right. Iceman's a D.
Mm-hmm. Amazing Friends is cool, but not cool enough.
No. That's only funny if Scott Porter was watching. Spider-Man, I guess it's Miles in stealth form, is a D.
Yep.
The Goon is a C, I think. I mean, this one's at least 10 for 3. So, and works with leadership.
Then he's he's a charging goon, so we don't have a lot of goons that have like a move and attack. We have some,
and it's wild card with Underworld.
Yeah.
Which Underworld is important later on.
Do you mean from like the canon event or some of this other stuff you're talking about, Dan? Sis from the other world? I don't know. I'm just gonna spoil whatever.
You're just kind of just saying them all because you don't remember exactly which one.
I don't remember exactly which one, but I knew you were might as well spoil it.
But you were completely wrong. It is none of those that you mentioned. So,
dang.
So mine is currently unspoiled.
Assemble the team, isn't it?
Yeah. It helps whenever you just guess them all finally. Inner Demon, I think this one might be a D.
I mean, he does give shape change to everyone for a turn, so.
Oh boy, if you're giving up 15 points for that, it is not worth it.
Yeah, probably right. You're probably a D for me too.
Yeah, hey Cornelius, hey, thanks for joining. We do plan on recording this week about meta going into Adepticon and a little bit more in-depth review of my trip to Champion Clicks Open, but since you're here, it was amazing. So, one of the best trips of the year for sure. I mean, it is quickly coming right in behind Worlds and Nationals as far as an awesomeness of level of trip. Okay, the black and red symbiotes have to be KO'd.
Yeah.
You have to give up 15 points for them to do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
You giving up the 15 points, Alex?
I mean, you're paying 15 points for equipment anyway, and there's a lot of ways to lose that equipment nowadays. So I think it's at least a C. I'm not brave enough to put it in B, but for certain teams, especially because it works in conjunction with equipment. Like you could be equipped because these are just placed on the card, right?
I'm with you.
So I might put them in B because I think there could be some shenanigans there. where you get some good equipment and then you KO a symbiote, and you're like, I give it 15 points, but now my collector or whoever is now a monster because he's got shape change, steel energy, super strength, in addition to whatever equipment he has, or whatever pick of powers, or whatever you want to do. Like, I think that's solid. Probably red symbiote is a little better if you don't need the steel energy because you get sidestep. So Blade's Call shape change sidestep is really good.
Yeah.
So I like it. I think I'm putting B because I think people are going to play around that, because being able to do that with an equipment, I know you're giving up 15 points, but on the right team, you can earn that 15 points back pretty quickly.
Yeah, and as Nico pointed out, there's ways to friendly KO them too. So
yeah, I've played more expensive Mastermind fodder before.
Man Mountain
Marco.
He's got a lot of clicks for 60 points.
Boy, he does, but that is not nearly enough. Maybe if it reduced pin and he had free regen and could move for free and
had a little bit more chest hair, that'd be
Clicks Mountain Marco. That's what we're gonna call him.
Yeah,
he's got a mountain of clicks for a few points.
But he's also a D. Spider Bot is just a goon.
Yeah. I don't really like this one. Does someone make these?
Yes, Dr. Octopus, I believe, makes them. One of the Dr. Octopuses.
I think you're right.
Octopi, whatever one you want to call it.
Superior Octopus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
they do have Sinister Syndicate keyword, which is, combos with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, and they can wildcard it. I mean, they are kind of ridiculously efficient, I think, for 15 points, but I'm just not. I don't think so. I don't think they do enough.
Yeah, I'm putting them in C just because they work with Superior, which who knows if he's good enough or not.
Ghost Spider, D.
I mean, she's a sidestepping TKer. Cheap. Not total trash.
All right. I mean, I'm putting her in D. You can put her in C.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just 2 rollouts. I mean,
she can go through walls, right? If she's placed, you just place her up to 2 squares away.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't do enough, I don't think.
I just think she's not total trash.
She's definitely not. I think she's probably really good in pulp.
Yeah, she seems like a good support piece.
Yeah. Spider clone.
Yeah. All right.
Barbo.
Garbage. Kurt Connors. I kind of like Kurt. He's really good in sealed, but he's not quite the man in modern. So I think a D there.
I'm gonna put him in C. I do like him a little bit more.
Spider-Man Noir is interesting enough for me to put him in C.
Why is he interesting enough? Because he gives out the shape change with Smoke Cloud?
Smoke Cloud and
and he has perplex.
Yeah. Now, I mean, here's the thing. Beetlejuice does kind of ruin his day. Because, you got a free Voop and then free smoke. So, his day's kind of ruined by Beetlejuice, but he's not at least terrible. So he's a C probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine with C also.
Goblin Army.
Yeah. I just saw Emerald Warriors comment if someone really needs to give Kurt a hand.
Oh, man. Awesome.
I think Goblin Army is one of the worst goons made.
He flies, though.
Yeah, cool. So he can do nothing?
Yeah. It'd be nice if he had the Spider-Man family keyword.
It'd be nice if he had something besides just flight, like plasticity, energy explosion, willpower, shape change. And it isn't as if his trait does any good. You may place a character with Sinister Syndicate in the square like Goblin Army last occupied. That might be okay, but I guess if you run one up and hope you roll out 1 through 3.
Yeah,
But
I'm going to at
I
least
think
give
it's
him
a
a
C.
C. Flight for 15 points is not nothing. Spider-Man. I mean, hilarious character, but a D.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Venom. A D. Wait a minute, you don't have a picture for Venom.
Because there's no units for him either.
Yeah.
Okay, so Venom D.
Yeah, we're just going to put Venom. Because we'll say Bedlam also, right? Do we like Bedlam?
No.
Okay. I missed Venom because I probably thought he was also a bystander. I had to go make some of these missing ones, and I guess I missed Venom.
It's all good.
So Venom and Bedlam are Ds.
Yeah. The common Mysterio is probably also a D.
Yeah.
Uncommon, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. Uncommon, whatever.
Uncommon. Yeah.
Pretty common to me. Spider Bite.
Worse than the other Spider Bite.
Yeah.
It's a D.
Venom is using stealth. Man, that is very true. So good, you can't even find his picture of his sculpt. Slide. Also a D. I like that they're bringing back doesn't take knockback damage into play.
I don't know about Slide. 35 points for a hypersonic.
It deals 1.
It deals 1, I know, but he doesn't take it. Like, he's not easy to kill. If you give him stealth, so he'll have like a Black Panther team ability. Make it where
he doesn't get shot because he takes the full amount from range.
But he's got ESD and super senses.
He's like 20 in super senses, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's third. Like, that's efficient for the points. Is all I'm saying. And he ignores characters. So, like, that's enough for me to say C, because I think he's interesting enough.
Mm-hmm.
Give him some arrows or something. Pay for arrows and just run him out there and shoot something. He's an 11 precision strike. He can likely hit something for 35 points. I don't hate it.
That's fair.
It's a C. I'm not saying he's good. I'm just like he's not a boring uncommon. It's like, 8 movement hypersonic person for 35 points who's reasonably hard to KO. Sure.
That's fair. Spider-Man, another Miles.
The same one.
Like the really good Miles, like Dials in the Latin Black Panther set, and now we're just getting all the rejected ones in this set.
Yeah, D.
Like, why did we get the good ones in Black Panther and in his own set? We get the crappy ones.
I guess is Spider-Verse a Miles thing?
Well, the movie focuses on Miles, yes. So, and he's kind of all over the artwork. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if it was a comic reference or the Spider-Man movie reference. So,
I think we're pointing at the movies.
Gotcha.
This is definitely a nudge of this is about the movies, but not about the movies. We are not using their likenesses exactly.
They do that a lot. Do you notice there's a lot of movie references, but the characters are all comic visually based?
Right. Yeah. That's fair. All right, so Spider-Man's a D. What about old Norm?
I think Norm at least he's at least a C, if not higher.
I mean, he gives all the Sinister Syndicate precision strike.
And the whole place thing where they increase range by 2 if they share a keyword.
Which is, that's pretty interesting.
I mean, there's enough interesting politicians and scientists out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and of course you got Vanessa.
I almost said Contessa. Is it Contessa?
Yeah,
the Thunderbolts you're talking about?
The Thunderbolt spy lady.
That's Valentina.
Valentina.
Yeah. We would have gotten there eventually.
Yeah.
AKA Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yes, I didn't want to just go with the Seinfeld lady because that was my first thought.
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Yeah, my first thought was just that.
Yeah, she makes assassin, soldier, and spy keywords gain Thunderbolts, and so Norman has Thunderbolts.
Yeah, but popularly right now, Doctor Doom, Collector, Molecule Man, are all things that just randomly have scientists like Perdegs.
Deadpool and Hitmonkeys getting popular, and they're assassins, so you can pull the Valentina thing off with them.
Oh yeah. That requires a little bit more investment than I guess it is a thing, but politicians.
Making them a 7 range though is not bad. They're a 5 already, and just a +2 when they're placed by Norman.
Right.
That gives them definitely full map reach.
Yeah. Well, like Colonel James is a politician, so getting his range up there to a 7, pretty easily, and then Norm's a wild card. Green Man's a politician. You might have enough here for a little politician theme.
Yeah,
interesting.
I also like him with I think we mentioned it on the episode, Prime Kingpin, because they both do friendly characters that are 30 points or less. They do things. So if you're not going Sinister Syndicate, you could go low point team. So you could go with your Two Gun Kid or what's her name from Shadow. Thank you.
Shadow.
You could go Shadow too. Just she already has Precision Strike though, I think. But
giving her 2 range in TK ain't bad.
Yeah, and this would work with Pogs too, because it just says friendly characters, right? That are 30 points or less. Now Kingpin doesn't work with Pogs, but
unfortunately,
yeah. So I think I want to put Norm in a B actually.
That's where I have him too. I think he's decent enough to people might play him, and
a little bit of leadership. Well. The TK, the +2 range is a lot bigger than folks think. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe not, but I really think that there's a lot of value there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Negative is a D. I like your custom picture there, Alex.
Yeah, they did not have Mr. Negative, so I made a negative picture of Mr. Negative.
Martin Lee, a D.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, y'all look real quick. I think I'm going D for the rest of the uncommons. I'm not seeing much.
Scarlet Spider, Tombstone, Gwen Stacy, the Lizard. Lizard's okay. And then Peter Parker Spider-Man. Yeah, I would agree with all that, because I think Lizard's interesting, but I like Lizard more when you play Connors, yeah, and you bring in that Lizard, not you play Lizard. Because his dial is real good for 60. If you look at it, 60 points for 8 clicks, Hypersonic, Dolphin, 11 for 3 with Shape Change. Mm-hmm. That's a solid dial. He just doesn't do anything cool. He's just solid. And so that's why you play him at 30, you get Kurt Connors, turn him into the Lizard, and heal him up, and now we're talking.
Yeah.
So I like Kurt more than the Lizard, but I like the Lizard. I only like Kurt because of the Lizard. So
yeah. All right, non-prime 2099.
No.
Just charge me, right?
Yeah. Do you like the prime any better?
He's definitely better.
He's better. He can use charge and running shot. He's the other one is free. He's got blades. He's got a 19. That Lila thing is annoying.
Yeah.
But man,
When an opposing,
I just want to play Lila.
yeah, her damage power when an opposing character within range can use Outwit, Perplex, or Prob, you may roll a d6 if the result is higher than that character's printed damage value. Instead, they can't use that power this turn.
Yeah.
If Lila was just hogging the chase boosters, people would want her.
Yeah, right? I mean, she'd be busted. Justice for Jason Wingard, by the way.
If there was a way to give her defend, that would be great.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely C worthy. I think. I mean, being able to running shot and charge, and once per game make the Lila. I mean, I think he's fine.
Way too many points for what he does.
For 90 point, why? I mean, I think people could try with him. He might be one of the few people you can get to pull off the Friends from the Spider-Verse thing because he's trying to attack twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind him. He outwits. He brings in Lila. He's fine. Invincible, super senses. Once again, this is me arguing for a C, not arguing for like.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I'm with you. I'm not gonna.
He's not total crap. Yeah.
Yeah. We've had worse primes.
We have, but he's not great. The spider. Oh my gosh! I'm glad I haven't pulled this guy in sealed.
Yeah, no. He has a stop click, and he gets decent on his stop click. Like he's just a mastermind piece, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything to that? I mean, no, right?
Oh,
where it's just like anybody can use mastermind to him.
Yeah, but they still have to follow the rules of mastermind.
Right, but they can use it to choose the spider. Like,
yeah,
probably not.
It's just nothing special.
Yeah,
it's a mid-dial stop click.
Yeah. Putting him in D. All right, so we've got Rare Spider-Man.
Good down, go all the way back to top click.
Oh, you know what? You know why this guy's no good?
Why?
It is because anybody with super strength can pick up his marker and then he's KO.
Oh, and it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a D tier. Which is what I did in Sealed versus him. Spider Ham picked up his marker and then the next turn he was KO'd.
I put him in C because, yeah, I think he's garbage if you're playing him by himself. But we have a lot of things that make grave hindering terrain markers. We got quite a few more in this set, so I think he's C worthy because he gives me like Wolverine vibes. You know those few Wolverines we had? You run out there, they KO, go on their card.
Yeah.
And as long as you have a Fantastic Four, he comes back eventually. Like, he gives me those vibes, and he's not bad. So I'm fine with him. 70 points for that dial. When he comes back, it's fine.
Okay. Prime Craven.
He also makes the markers.
Yeah, I mean, 65 points. It's a pretty decent dial. Opposing character occupying grave hindering markers have maximum range of 0 and must break away to move.
Notorious is still legal. So you still have all the Black Lanterns that are popping out all those grave markers if you want.
Yeah. But, you know what? Here's my issue with that. Is that the stuff that's been winning has close combat.
And they got to break away to move.
You know what also stops that? Is that typically these close combat pieces have a thing called TK that moves them anyways.
So now, yeah, they're going to get TK'd off of the grave marker and it don't matter.
They're going to get TK'd off the grave marker. It doesn't matter.
Sure, but they got to waste an action to do that.
They're probably already doing that because they're a close combat piece. They got to get in there and use charge. I mean, like, Colossus ain't going very far on his own.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I don't think it's as bad as you're making it out to be. I don't think it's amazing.
I mean,
Here has to be up there.
I mean, are you arguing for anything higher than a C?
For Kraven,
Yeah.
the problem with Kraven is that there's a better Black Lantern Prime. Are you playing Swamp Thing over Kraven? And I feel like
no,
probably.
Oh, no. What do you mean? You are playing Swamp Thing over Kraven.
Yes. Yeah, so that's why I'm like,
yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Like,
yeah,
so
grave markers might be dead. It's hard to say, right? We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff between now and Worlds, so maybe right now they're just on hiatus.
The other thing I want to mention, so Kraven on C. The other thing I want to mention is, going back to 31A Spider-Man. Don't forget that Mimic exists, and can be very annoying as well. So, like, yeah, they could pick up that grave marker, but there's a decent chance of Mimic's coming out because they did so.
Yeah, I think I'll take the 70-point piece not coming back.
I mean, unless I make another grave marker. You would not play that Spider-Man unless you had another way to make a grave marker besides him being KO'd.
You'd have to have multiple things.
Yeah, or an outwit to make him drop it. I don't know. I guess on your turn it doesn't matter. So
maybe in Pulp him and Necron. Well, you can't play Necron and Pulp. Never.
Yep.
Fun
police coming in. Coming in.
I got you.
Woo. All right. I'm putting Kraven in a D. Y'all are welcome to put him in a C if you'd like.
I'm going to put him in a C. He's just better than blah, but
yeah, I mean D's pretty wide. D goes from blah, 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 to all right, Ashley Barton, welcome back, pre-errata Mern.
yeah, sort of.
Putting her not in the D tier because of that, right?
Yeah, so I'm assuming she's going to get fixed. Because what happens when you put an Ashley Barton in the range of another Ashley Barton with perplexed ranges? It's the Mern paradox that we were dealing with exactly 1 year ago right now. As we went into Adepticon last year.
Yeah.
There was some... No, we haven't seen anything since March 7th. I was just going to look and see real quick if anything had changed for Ashley.
Now, you could... I mean, she is team player. You can probably copy Underworld because she's potentially bringing in 2 goons. If you wanted to.
She's probably played in Pulp for sure.
Oh, yeah. Bring in 2 goons?
Yeah, I'm going to put Ashley at a B.
Yeah, I'm putting her in the double D tier. I mean, sorry, B tier.
Whoa. She is a
spider thickness.
I tell you what, you know what the that guy on eBay that sells the risque sculpts? Ashley is a S tier piece for that eBay seller.
Yeah, if you're wondering why her price is elevated, that dude bought them all. So that way he can start modifying them for some reason. I don't get it. I don't know why on earth they did that to her, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The guy fell asleep on the slider, like hit his mouse on the slider in CAD, the modeling software, and just whoop. Oh well. Poor gal.
Went a little too far one direction, but that's okay.
Yeah. Poor gal. Any rate, Spider Punk.
Oh
yeah, this is the one that's not dead. Oh no, is this the pulse wave thing?
Yeah, it is. But I don't know if that's good enough. We've got
like pulse wave points for that. I mean, it's probably a C because good pulse wave is good.
I mean, Thor has 50 points in the starter.
Yeah, I mean, he'll see play in Pulp for sure. Like, that's just double pulse wave. If all targeted characters are hit, and then once per turn, when he uses pulse wave, you can re-roll the attack. So, I mean, built-in prop. So, it's probably C-worthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in C. All right, the glider. Is the glider any good? I think so.
Yeah, because it gives flight. You were talking about having to buy that
It's,
hog.
it's more points, but it sure doesn't cost $200.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think it's decent, right? I mean, giving flight. I mean, you're enhancing an already good figure because there's no move and attack powers here, right?
right.
But if you want a little precision strike, or a little bit of EE, or even a little willpower. Have we had equipable willpower yet?
We had it from one of the gods. Bast gives it. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, flight, willpower, and then just so happens to give blades. I mean, and you got to remember that the first click gets +2 movement too. So, that's probably the biggest thing about the bikes and the glider is the passive buff to movement on short maps is much more noticeable.
The other benefit is that it's not unique. So,
yep.
Isn't all equipment unique?
it says literally on the verbiage, glider is not unique.
Oh, okay.
It's just like the bike.
It's like the bike. Oh, got it. All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this one's pretty easy to put into A tier. It's not a must-play equip on every team, but it's good.
Yeah.
Firestar, another D.
Yeah, it's another amazing
that's right.
friend.
That's right. Emerald Warrior, Super Soldier Serum did.
Can't put Spider Kitty in the D tier.
You can't put what?
Spider Kitty.
Oh, did we move past Firestar? I was commenting on Emerald.
Yeah, we said D. We said D.
Okay, sorry, I didn't
She's
come
D
through.
tier. What else should I say?
Oh gosh, same thing. Spider Cat. Why?
Because he's just.
He does the keyword cheating. So keyword cheating.
He does keyword cheating too.
Yeah, that probably puts him in a C.
He's a Spider Kitty.
Stunner.
She's thick too.
Yeah. Emerald Warrior says the thickness award goes to Stunner. She's like Amazon Warrior thick. This is not how I expected the Tiermaker to go.
I think Ashley Barton is definitely thicker than Stunner.
Gosh, Jason, you're putting.
Want to compare?
Oh man.
So
the Green Lantern ring also gave willpower. Look at there. Look how many times we've had willpower, and Daniel has just forgotten.
So it's tough for me with her because like she's got a really good 25 point dial. 5 clicks with a stop click. Like it's all good. If you're playing like one of the octopuses, then she's way better. But the question is, are you really doing that?
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm hesitant to put her in D because that 25 point dial is solid. She's Sinister Syndicate too. So if you're playing, one of those theme teams where all the Sinister Syndicate gets bonuses or something like that, she might be okay because she's already a 10 for 3 for just 25. So like I'm feeling C, but it's almost to a D.
Yeah, I'm probably going to put her in a C. Just the mastermind thing is pretty decent. Spider UK.
Nah.
Yeah, D. Moreland. Are y'all excited about healing up Moreland and playing this charge piece?
In pulp, I sure am.
Yeah. Modern, I think he's a D.
So he just can. We talked about this. He can just make them at any point, right? Like if you're playing the herb-shaped bush, he would just make a bystander, right?
A heart-shaped herb.
Whatever, one of the healing thing. Like he just makes one, and so he just keeps producing them until they're max one. It doesn't ever stop making them, right? It's just like if they're still on the map. I mean, like it's not like once per game you may generate one of these.
They're coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're pretty good. Like there's a hypersonic one. There's a charge piece. There's a sidestep, empower, a flurry piece. So like on a
There's one
pod
that has
team,
2 energy and heals.
yeah, and when they would heal, instead you can heal him. So
Yeah, I guess they all have synergy, actually. Yeah.
So I don't mind that because he creates the pogs, and you could do that turn 1. It isn't like if it was where you had to go steal energy, and that's the only way you make the pogs, then he's garbage. But because we have so many different ways of healing, I think you could play him next to one of the herbs, and he just starts pumping out pogs, and you just start throwing pogs at people.
Yeah.
So I that's C tier for me. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. All right. Spot. How high is he going, Jason?
S tier.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Spot.
Him with the with the hell cycle is S tier.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because he can just move and attack and pull somebody back, assuming they don't hit shape change or super senses.
He's all the way across the map and back in a turn.
Yep.
And kill box whatever you want to touch.
Yeah.
Look at those biceps. He works out.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah. We can, there's a lot to go in here, but him with the bike is really, really good to set up a kill.
I mean, it's a lot to to go into what he can do.
Yeah, I think we definitely will be seeing that this upcoming week for Adepticon.
Yeah, I agree with that S tier.
Yeah. Spider Ham.
And so this is our second super rare. I don't know if we mentioned we're
the super rare spot.
Yeah.
Spot is the first super rare. So
Spider Ham doesn't do anything too great, but he's a really good piece. I don't know. I really like him. I don't know, the mustard hot dog sculpt is amazing.
It's not bad,
but he's a D tier piece.
If there was something that worked with like objects and like having objects is good, right? Like, I don't know. Him being able to just be placed and create objects is kind of neat, but it just doesn't do enough right now. Maybe Smash and Destroy will give us something, right?
Yeah.
With all the smashing, that'd be nice.
Right. Well, and so moving on to the Prime version, whenever you pull this thing over for a kill box, and then you want it to not be in your face for the retaliation, you knock it all the way back across the map with Spider Ham.
Yeah, I wish you could trigger that more easily, but he does do other cool stuff. Notice his wall crawling is different than the others. He does not have to be within line of fire.
Ooh, yeah, because across panels, that makes sense. It's like mixing in the symbiote part.
Yeah.
A little bit, because he gets the shape change as well.
I want to drop him in B.
Yeah, I think he's good enough for B. Because
he's real nice.
Yeah, we were talking about the two things. We didn't talk about probably his better part is the trait of giving all friendly characters the symbiote thing. Yeah, plasticity and
your breakaway rolls suck. This is your guy.
Well, also they can't be targeted by ranged attacks if there's someone within 4. Yeah. I know this is close range meta, but that's still relevant.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I like him.
He's got super strength. I mean, so that's nice. He's got a prob.
And he's only 50.
Yeah, super duper senses.
I agree.
Great keywords.
Yeah, there's no reliable way to trigger punch out of continuity, unfortunately. But if there ever is, then
I mean, not in modern.
Yeah, there is in silver, but not in modern.
Like 1,000,000 in silver.
Yeah, you can do every fucking thing in silver. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. All right. India Spider-Man.
The whole protection from energy explosion and pulse wave is kind of neat, but it's hard to pull off and not worth the 70 points. If he had the wall crawling, that'd be better.
Agreed. For sure.
Because he could self-trigger it. That would be worth the 70 points if he could self-trigger it. He can't self-trigger
Yeah, they
it.
should have gave him that as a miss.
Yeah, because that would warrant the set. Like that, I could say, okay, makes sense. That would be 70 points because he can almost like negate energy explosion and pulse wave for most of the game if he keeps zipping back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you could just carry him.
Yeah, I know.
Also, so.
But that means he's just being carried around.
Well, if you can't be pulse wave, I guess that's worth it. Like,
yeah, I guess is that worth it enough for C? And pretty. I mean, Hadari has seen much less play.
Yeah, I think he's
at the moment. I don't think he's a D. I'm putting him in C.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jason. I think there's enough pulse wave out there.
It'll just wait to the right time. It'll be back.
All right. Kangaroo. Kanga.
I like him a little bit. He's a fun character. He gets to make a free attack.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably a C tier piece.
Yeah, he gets the Sinister Syndicate so he can get some buffs. I don't hate him for a dropship team or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot to make him work, but I want to say C tier piece.
I could absolutely see someone playing like 5 of this dude and just bringing him over and just like punching the crap out of you. Because there's not a lot of leap climb. You got to play some of these Spider-Man pieces. And how many of these Spider-Man pieces are we putting up there? Topper tier?
None.
Does Spot have leap climb? Nope, he doesn't. Nope. So, not much.
Yeah.
Man, that just sounds hilarious to me.
A bunch
All right, well, you know what you're packing up there with Kangaroo? Per the booster insert, you are packing up the S tier wall.
Hey.
What's going on in here, guys? It's the wall.
This is a figure nobody wants on Facebook because they're trying to give him away, but he's freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Guess he's also unique, so there you go.
Yeah. The problem is, man, I tell you what, I wish he was like max 4. I wish there was just the first time you could just max a certain figure and Heroclix would play multiple.
Oh, this guy'd be so great in multiples, man.
Oh, he would be. I love it.
Give him the long sword so he can have close combat expert. Sounds hilarious because it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Do a weird thing where you can, if you have 2 characters that you both use barrier and you put all the barrier pieces near each other, they form you could generate the wall. Remove all the barrier pieces, generate the wall.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. All right. But yeah, I mean, the wall is S tier piece. We talked about it on the set review. Tons and tons of great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hypno Hustler is the closest thing known as Prince. So where did we end up? I know we talked about him on the set review. Are y'all higher than a C for Hypno Hustler? Or are you still at a D on him? Are you any higher than a C?
I'm he's not D tier because being able to pump out just all this perplex is pretty crazy. Like he creates so many of these, like 3 of these pogs, and he has perplex on his own, and he makes one every time he uses willpower. He makes it where you can't remove action tokens without clearing if you're within range and line of fire. I mean, I like him. I think he's a C tier. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he could surprise some people.
Yeah, he's definitely not D tier.
Targets are not a combat value, right?
Right. Yeah.
So he could technically get up to 6 targets.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny. A 6 target mind control. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and keep in mind there's other ways to give him more bolts too.
And he ignores characters and Okay, I do like him a little bit more. I don't think he's B tier, but he's definitely upper C tier.
Yeah.
He would benefit from that +2 Norman Osborn range.
He is a scientist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, he's a C tier.
Yeah.
Silvermane. Why do they keep making Silvermane like not good? Like and teasing us with a Silvermane head.
Give me the head as an equipment, man.
They keep wanting to try to make Silvermane happen. Stop trying to make Silvermane happen.
Or just make it happen and just make it good. He's a D tier. Superior Ock, Wallcrawler, Spybots. Whenever he uses his display damage power, he may count squares for range and line of fire from a friendly character named Spiderbot. Combat reflexes, super senses when an opposing character misses Superior Ock. After resolutions, generate the Spiderbot on click 1.
It's probably not enough.
No, not for 70 points.
I mean,
He has 45.
He has 45.
Yeah, but I mean, you can just outwit that. I mean, if you don't have outwit on your team, and you just outwit that, right? I mean, like, and I get it. It's super duper senses, and, you know, things like Beetlejuice and Ghost Rider exist, but it's like, come on, like, he didn't do much otherwise. A charge in-cap piece, we're not worried about that.
Yeah, if we had equipable Perplex or equipable Prob.
Right, or like equipable Perplex and Mastermind in the form of a Silvermane's head.
Well, no, I'm thinking more along the lines of like what damage powers he could use through the spider bots, and it's like right now it's really only outwit because you're not playing him at 70, you're playing him at 45.
Yeah.
But what else are you using? Nothing, because he doesn't have Prob or Perplex. If he had either of those, then maybe it's better. Maybe that's worth 45. But now, right now, it's just a D tier.
Yeah. All right. A super duper 120 points of your team. The Prime Doc Ock. Where are we at on Doc Ock? I'm thinking barely a C.
Well, I mean, you got Stunner. That gives him more survivability. He creates a Stunner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like, he doesn't get to mastermind at range.
Well, sure.
And like adjacency's not terribly hard to break.
But he has a pseudo stop click because he just turns into the 45-point superior octopus. So he has a pseudo one. He has Giant Reach 3, Flurry. When he uses and targets more than one character, instead of normal damage, he may deal each hit character damage equal to his printed damage value. So that's pretty good.
So, like, here's my other thing. And, like, I know we probably haven't mentioned this too much on the podcast. He needs a printed 4 up top.
Okay.
So, here's why. Thanks for asking. And Quake probably gets around this, but you're having him waste actions to do this.
Let's back up a little bit. Also,
So,
you're forgetting something very
I'm
important.
getting ready to get there.
I don't think you've already passed by it.
Well, I'm getting around that. So, like,
They don't have to be adjacent for Mastermind.
They don't. How close?
Her trait says friendly characters whose name contains octopus can use Mastermind, but only to charge Stunner regardless of adjacency.
Well, that's better.
That's on Stunner. Yeah.
So. Okay.
Yeah, that's really good.
Maybe a solid C.
You know,
for this 120 point piece, right? Like not having 4 damage, but having Quake, it means he's. And here's what I was getting back around to, is that he's super susceptible to the per Degaton machine trick, which is placing him in the corner and then placing a object in front of him to where he has to Quake and bust out of it.
Well, he just makes a Stunner and Stunner picks it up.
He may not be able to make a Stunner if he's on the wrong map.
Well, don't pick the wrong side on the wrong map.
You may not have much of a choice.
There is no way you're going to. I'd have to look at maps. One where there's a side that you can't generate
know,
from, no matter which way you choose.
But then, like you, so it's really a big deal on Major Box Bunker, as you can imagine. So
don't choose the wrong side.
Yeah, but then that might put you at a disadvantage.
I mean, it's a bigger disadvantage to be in a spot where you can't generate, but
yeah, I know. But
and you could.
I know, and the map rules make a difference. I mean, you might just elect to go first or go second, or go first. You get to do all your beginning of game stuff. I get all of that stuff, but
like I'm thinking, you play this guy. You also still you play it one stunner because you can generate a unique figure even if there is one on the board, right? Unique is only for team building. Is that right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
Yeah, so you play the 25-point stunner with them, and then you generate a 25-point stunner. And so you got 2 mastermind pieces, and I know that's 145 points. You can equip them with something as well if you want. I mean, that's solid. I think you could do a decent amount with him. It looks spooky having just invulnerability, but if you've got that mastermind and you could just leave one stunner in the back if you want to.
Well, you know what?
How good mastermind across map is.
You know what? Also, like, your 120-point piece. And I understand Beetlejuice exists, but you know what breaks this whole plan apart?
What?
Outwit.
So what? Outwit him? Okay.
You just outwit the mastermind.
Boop.
He's gone.
I mean, you could just give him mastermind, give him outwit protection. I know that costs points, but we do have it.
What gives him mastermind outwit protection?
The dream helm.
Yeah, the dream thing. That costs points. I mean, it's a lot of points.
Is Galactus still legal?
Yeah. That's gonna be the quote forever.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Galactus is still legal.
Holy shit!
I'll look it up, but I think it's like the longest lived legal piece. But last I checked, he was.
There you go. Well, I would give it that giving him Galactus might be enough of a play then.
If it's legal, hold on, let me double check. I don't want to misspeak. Maybe it's not.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It'd have to be under like.
Maybe. No, I guess he might have retired. I'm looking.
I saw people playing him, but maybe that was in silver.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess he retired. That's a bummer.
Yeah,
I kind of thought he did. Yeah.
Well, you still have other methods of giving outwit protection. So
I'm gonna put him. I'm not putting him in D tier. I'm kind of gonna put him in. He's interesting.
Yeah, he's in C. I mean, borderline B, because I think someone could try to do some funny stuff with him, but yeah. And he's Sinister Syndicate, and we've got some crazy things with Sinister Syndicate. People giving powers to everybody, so put in with Sandman.
Mm-hmm. All right, Lady Stiltman. Is she a C?
She's a B.
It's not Stilt Woman, it's Lady Stilt Man. Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
She's not a C. She's a B for sure. Her keywords suck, but we don't necessarily.
I'm going to give her a C.
Yeah, like I think she could be pretty good. You give her, she's what, 65 points? What you have to give her to give her the 5 stilts? Or no, you don't have to do that. You just give her a couple, and turn 1 you have.
Or time breakers and give her.
Yeah, you just have time breakers. Just give her extensions, right?
Yeah.
Just keep those little bugs, do and do, and just keep building little stilt legs and attaching them to Lady Stiltman, and she only takes maximum of 1 damage.
Yeah.
She has to be unique, right? Is she really not unique?
No.
I don't think she is. The original, the Stillman wasn't unique
I don't think
either.
the other Stillman was really unique either. Maybe it was.
He had very similar stuff. So
Her keywords.
Magia, Masters of Evil, and Armor Hunter.
Yeah, but it's not that big. Like, Theme Team isn't as big of a deal nowadays. So, like, it's fine. I like her a lot. I think somebody could. She's got one of those surprising, out of nowhere capabilities of someone playing like
Sure.
3 of her, and then some time breakers to just start giving her a bunch of leg extensions. The next thing you know, she's coming up and hitting you 11 for 4, and you just can't ever kill her because she's only taking 1 damage. I know she gets knocked back or whatever, but she's got enough interesting pieces to be like, yeah, someone's going to build with her because she's kind of cool.
That's fair.
And someone's going to 3D print all these leg extensions, and
I want it to be like the original one where people where people actually like did the thing and like had a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right. Web Slinger.
He's a pilot. But that's about it.
Yeah. I'm pretty confidently putting this guy in D.
Yep. That's the last super rare.
All right, now on to the chases. Spider Bio Droid. What are we thinking on this guy?
Well, he's the same thing as all those deceased dials that we got previously, right?
Yeah, and they haven't been bad. They've been great.
They haven't been good either.
Let me look at those again. These deceased pieces.
It's got a good EE power, but I don't know how much you're going to use it.
I mean, he creates something. I think he's definitely C tier. I'm debating whether he's B tier. Because he's strong on his own at 70 points, right? So 12 for 4. He's got that cool energy explosion. Like, sure. You can give him some sort of like arrows or something to make him hit a little harder or unique hitting. But like 6 range, like he's got a 12 range effectively of shooting capabilities. That's almost the whole map. 1 TK and he's got full map if it's open. So that's solid. He's only 70 points. If he does get KO'd, instead you turn him to click 9, you could pop out a 50-point spider family. I know they score it, but either way, you still generate it out there. And then he gets real strong on clicks 9, 10, and 11. Specifically 9. So I don't mind him at all. I think he's probably better than most of the other deceased that we saw.
I mean, probably a C tier.
Yeah, I have him in C.
Yeah.
But
here's one that I am confident of putting in D tier.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Gauntlet Spider-Man is awful. Awful.
Why is that?
His mid-dial stop click puts him on no movement attack. And you can't play it. It doesn't actually come with a gauntlet.
Yeah, but you know what?
What?
He just goes to his click 4, and then he just gives a big old middle finger to all those kangaroo teams. Because he's like, screw you, I've got leap climb now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He says, when this click is revealed, after resolutions, you have to build around him, right? All equipment, all elements on sidelines that's friendly and opposing are all removed, and you score the cost added to add them to the sideline. So one shot's gone. Beetlejuice gone. I mean, that's fine, but he's just so largely ignorable for 75 points.
I don't think I could put him below C because I think it's unique enough. Someone could try to come up with something stupid, crazy, and
Like, I would almost rather see him with no defense power. Like, maybe so you could Soul Siphon him or something, or knock him back. I guess you could do it with Soul Siphon because it's unavoidable. But, yeah, I'd almost rather see it to where he could be abused as opposed to the current iteration.
yeah, I mean, I think the only way he sees play is someone builds purely around no paid for equipment, no paid for sideline, like where he damages his own team the least.
Yeah.
And then you just hope the meta, which I was gonna look at the meta currently and just look at some of the teams and be like, okay, well, what is the impact? Like, if he did that to one of these teams, how many points is he scoring? Like, what on average is he scoring points?
Yeah, for sure.
And so the question is like, okay, well, how much is it enough to probably not 75, to outdo him, but what's a reasonable number? Would you say average?
Yeah.
30, 40 points?
Yeah, not enough to cover his crappy dial.
Sure, but he starts out at like he's an okay piece to begin with. Like, you don't have to immediately go to click 4. You can build, like, if you're going against a team that doesn't, like, you're not scoring more than 30 points with his little trick.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, well, I've got a hypersonic piece as perplex, power cosmic, 11 for 3. Like, it's not garbage, like hot garbage. It's still a decent piece. So I think he's a perfectly fine, like, C piece, because I think someone is going to try to go all in on the shenanigans and
I
try
suppose, but I'm still putting him as D.
I don't know. Magneto did a pretty similar thing, right? From Deadpool, when nobody did it really.
He was a lot more points, wasn't he? Like 100 or 150 or something.
Yeah, but he had a thing that did the same thing, and you could just do it at the beginning of the game, couldn't you?
Let me type in Magneto real quick.
I mean, nobody did that.
He was 175 or 100. Pulse Wave TK power. Once per game, choose one. Well, it's just unequipped all other characters. And all equipment now is unequipped drop, right?
Yes.
You can't, Hunter, you can't give him a motorcycle necessarily, because if you do, the gauntlet will unequip the motorcycle. It's not an optional to equip the Infinity Gauntlet. It just happens. So, just keep that in mind when you're playing this guy.
Yeah, I'm just curious about, like, how many of these teams. So, like, 10 points, 5 points. So 15. I'm looking at, like, past events. Like, one team that won the CCO in Birmingham, he would have scored 35 points off of. So I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's a C. I think it's interesting enough. But you're right. I don't see it like being crazy good and everyone playing it. I think there's going to be one crazy person who finds the right pieces to make it work.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's fair.
I mean, do we have anyone that generates equipment from outside of the game currently?
No, I don't think so. Just the free stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. So we're not obviously arguing for being anything higher than C, but...
Yeah, definitely not.
Thorderman. Jason, you've been talking a little bit about Thorderman.
I mean, I just like Spider-Man with the Asgardian armor. But, I mean, the ranged blades and the DA is pretty nice. I mean, this combined with Ares can do some major league damage. in Diana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it is a lot to pull off
Yeah,
with
that is.
Chair Panther running around.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, like Mjolnir doesn't really help him that much. It does a bit, but like you can't use any of Mjolnir. Like you can't do Blade's Claw's Quake or Blade's Claw's Pulse Wave. Like Mjolnir will just give you Giant Reach 3
Yeah.
and ignore characters for targeting. So I mean that's something, but having to rely on a leap climb or the free wall crawler to move around is not
Well, you
great.
can loop him. You can loop him across the map with Diana because they're both warriors.
Sure, but it still requires
Yeah,
like that's a one hit. Like I gotta hit this because if they
I
move
get it.
away.
I get it. I mean,
But you're right. No, you're 100% right. I didn't think about that.
it's a nice
Um,
combo, but yeah, no, it takes a lot of things going your way. And you got to have Ares to do all that.
is the D8 worth it?
I mean, it
He's
could
only
be.
he's only 55, and he has a stop click in the middle.
Yeah.
The
I
D8
mean,
can be used in conjunction with all that too. I mean,
I think the stop click in the middle might make him C tier for me. If he
Yeah.
didn't have a stop click, I would be like, no way. But I almost forgot he had a stop click because it's just right there in the middle.
I'm kind of putting him as C tier. It just does a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, and he looks cool. I wish he was a little bit more reliable for that. But hey, rolling 8 damage blades on somebody sounds super fun.
Especially with a crit hit, right? It's always the dream to do it with a crit hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if you got the longsword on him, you can do 9 damage potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. Yeah, C tier it is. All right, Captain Universe.
What do you think, Danny?
A tier for me. I know I might be surprised that I might be thinking that he should be S tier, but he is surprisingly hard to build around.
Yeah, 200 is a
Pull on him a
lot.
little bit.
Yeah, even at 100, I mean, he is just super duper hard to build around.
Yeah, I also was thinking A tier. He's not good enough for S,
No.
but he does a lot of unique things to be A, and people are going to try.
Yep, for sure. Thanos' vision is a big deal. So, Electro.
He just gets walled.
Yeah, you can't see past the wall.
That is true. He can't see past grave markers either with Batman. So, I mean, Myrn is still a little bit superior at the moment, I think. Electro.
He might be the worst of the Sinister Six chases. He's at least my least favorite anyway.
I mean, I get, like, he would be the one that you probably have to play at 75. Well, besides maybe Sandman, because you want that range combat ability and the whole within beginning of your turn, roll d6, 4 through 6, deal 2 damage to an opposing character within range of line of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially if you're playing Sandman, that can't be reduced below Sandman's printed damage value because it's damage dealt. So, he's not great. I'm just kind of torn on him a little bit because I don't know how well all these Sinister Syndicate play together. So I feel like he's C. Like I feel like for most of these Sinister Syndicate, I don't want to put in the below C.
Yeah.
And I feel like Electro is one of those because he would be one of the ones where you're like, okay, 12 for 4. Yes, he is frail as no other, right? Like he just gets yeeted. But he can really deal some damage, especially in tandem with Sandman. So I'm putting him at C.
I also Vulture. I think I'm also putting in C. crazy cool Doc Ock. Yeah, I mean, it's probably putting all of them in C, except for Sandman and Mysterio, I'm putting in B.
What about you, Jason? How are you feeling about these Sinister Syndicate people?
I think they're going to play pretty good together. I think Doc Ock, Vulture, and Electro are my bottom half of those, basically. I'm a lot higher on Sandman and Mysterio. And even Craven. I like Craven a lot after we talked about him on the last episode. I'd probably put Vulture and Electro and Doc Ock in C.
Yeah, that's exactly how I have it.
Craven, I'm torn whether I want to put him in C. I guess or B. Probably C. But I don't hate him at all.
I mean, he's a really good...
I might put him in B, actually.
Yeah, he's a good charge piece. I mean, I know it's only a 6 movement charge, but...
And he can resurrect himself, and...
Yeah.
Flurry, precision, or exploit if you need it. Yeah. I think I'm just going to settle on B for Craven.
He might be what you need to really activate. This one, it might be the one you really need to activate that Spider-Man. Because you could play that Spider-Man and then play a bunch of Pogs. Because he has the when a friendly character is KO'd after resolutions, generate a grave hindering terrain marker and the score of the character less occupied. And so that doesn't go away. So if you play with some Pogs that just keep bringing out the Pogs, and they die, so Butterfly or something, which he could do. You can make him the Butterfly target at 50 points.
Yeah.
And just bring out Butterflies, make a ton of grave markers everywhere.
Could work with Beetlejuice, too, just killing off the Pogs with that Beetlejuice damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough to be interesting. To make the Pog, next to Necron, he might be one of the not easier ways to make a grave marker. There are other ways to make grave markers, but a non-Black Lantern method of making grave markers.
Right.
So I like him as B. I think even if you don't do the grave marker shenanigans, a 6 movement charge with flurry and exploit, I guess. Why would you only choose one?
You only get to use both against Spider-Man family.
Oh, I see.
Characters.
I see. So yeah, I mean, so you could charge exploit 4 damage,
and he doesn't have speed either. So 6 charge is way better than most.
Yeah, and you could give him arrows for free because he's a marksman for some reason. So I actually now I'm warming up more again to Craven. So yeah, he's definitely a B for me.
Yeah, every time I look at him, I find something else I like about him.
It's like a good Craven. We haven't had a good Craven in a little bit.
Ever?
Like ever, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that might be the right statement. I was making sure I wasn't forgetting a Craven at some point.
If he only got plus stats when a character moved adjacent to him, I would be happier.
Yeah, like +2 stats?
Yeah, like +2 stats.
Yeah, I guess we haven't had one. We had Alyosha Craven at one point.
Well, yeah, there we go. That was a good one.
That was the one that let you move an animal.
But it wasn't. It wasn't Sergei though. So
that's true. Yeah. So B for me for Craven.
I appreciate that Alex didn't likes the Snap reference.
I do like that Snap reference. Avenger Sandman.
Avengers Sandman.
How long was he in Avengers? Because I feel like every time they make a Sandman, they make a point to put Avengers on him.
Seems like they do.
Like I'm gonna look up Sandman now, and has there been a time they have not? There was Frightful 4-1 and Fantastic Four, but almost every time they've given him they just keep giving him Avengers, and I don't know how often he's been an Avenger. He's a reserve member, I remember that, but I don't know. This guy's really good. Is he? He's not A tier, right? Because we don't think Sinister Syndicate's good enough.
Right.
Are we sure Sinister Syndicate's not good enough?
It's basically everything in this set. There's nothing else added.
Okay, well, there's shit in this set.
I think it's all pretty squishy.
The key thing, if you guys haven't noticed, that we did not get at all in this set, very odd. We didn't get a single Rhino. And we've got a Smash and Destroy set coming up.
Yeah, I bet he's going to be in that.
Let's hope.
And I think on the boxes, there's like Wrecking Crew and stuff too. So it wouldn't surprise me if we got more Sinister Syndicate next set as well. We got a Rhino and maybe some. Like, we didn't even get a. Hold on. Is there even like a. There's not even like a Goblin in here, right? We've only got like the Goblin.
No, we got the glider with no Goblin.
We got a regular Norman. There's no green Goblin.
That's interesting. I mean, I wonder why.
I don't know.
Secret Con Ellie coming out. We're going to get a cool Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Maybe they can make the what's his face Red Goblin and actually do a good job at it.
All right, where y'all landing
Red
on
Goblin's cool.
Mysterio?
Where do we decide we put Sandman at?
Yeah, where are we putting Sandman? Just B also?
I think he can't be any lower than a B. He has, like, if you're going to play Spot, I feel like you just got to play Sandman with him, almost.
Oh, I forgot Spot is Sinister Syndicate.
Yeah,
yes, Sandman's A for me.
Like, and Mysterio, I think, like, although we're going to talk about Mysterio here in a second, but he makes those free Mysterios. All that poison becomes unreducible, basically.
Yeah, I think Sandman is such a linchpin for those type of teams. I feel like if I'm putting Spot in S tier, I feel like Sandman has to be A just to signify he's just so much better than the rest of the Sinister Syndicate besides Spot.
He's just he's like the support linchpin of the team for sure.
I'll give you that. I'm going to move up Sandman and Mysterio to A at least.
I mean, Mysterio gives stealth. Sandman is free smoke cloud. They're very intertwined.
The downside is he's a giant,
but he's going to be in stealth if you play him with Mysterio.
Yeah. Like, you're really playing him just for that trait.
Okay, yeah, I mean, sure.
No, I get it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, what else does he bring to the table? And it's like, well, he brings that. It's good enough. Like, no reason to say it's bad. It's got like Chair Panther vibes, right? You're bringing it for that one trait, and it's like, well,
like, I don't know if you ever played anything with 50, but
no. I mean, I don't know. I guess that 25 points does give him a move.
He's a sidestep. Spot does hit for 3. But still, it's a lot of points. So,
indeed.
Yeah, and I'll put Mysterio as a B next to Kraven. I like Mysterio, but I'm not 100%.
Mysterio. I don't know. Mysterio's really good. I mean, shutting down improved targeting is very good.
That's a good point.
And he can do that with his little clones that he makes for free. He can swap himself anywhere on the board. There's one of those little Mysterios. He gives all his Sinister Syndicate stealth. And he has a 12 attack for the Sinister Syndicate to copy.
You've convinced me he's an A tier.
He's very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
But you just run this guy across the board or carry him across the board and dump like 3 little Mysterio clones that poison you, and you can't stop it. And then they mind control you, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Who would have thought the Sinister Syndicate pieces are the best of the chases? Like, not the 4 Spider-Men that we have. It's like the Sinister Syndicate ones are the ones that are consistently better.
Yeah, the best piece in a Spider-Man set is his villains.
Yeah, but I mean that's nice for once.
It's a stealth Sinister Syndicate set. They just have to put Spider-Man's name on it because it sells better.
Barely. They only half put it in. They put Spider-Verse. They're like, we
Right.
almost put Spider-Man.
They're definitely the more interesting pieces.
Mhm.
For sure. I just think they all work very well together.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know if you can go that you can make it a full Sinister Syndicate team just because Beetlejuice exists and they do a bunch of free shit. So it's like the Mysterio or like the Sinister Syndicate starring Black Panther, guest starring Black Panther. But
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Black Panther.
I like that.
I
Guy.
think I don't know. You might could get away with it because with the spot, with like you can reach for that prime Doc Ock if you really want to with the stunner, and then some of these guys are like what? If you got Sandman, Mysterio, Craven, 150 spot, so that's 205.
Yeah.
205 without equipment, and then you could file in some Pogs or something, right? Like you could fill in the rest. Norman Osborn to give the leadership in the TK range +2, and to give them all precision strike. So that's 240. So yeah, you could. That's a solid team. Spot, Norman Osborn, and those 3 others.
Yeah, Spot has to have a health cycle. Like it's like a must.
So 260. And
Yeah,
so you got like 40 points to equip Mysterio, Craven.
No.
Say what?
You put Chair Panther in there for 30 points, and then
Well, what is so Beetlejuice is stopping Spot. That's the main problem, right?
well, you're stopping all the poisons if you have Beetlejuice across from you. You're stopping the free reaching of Mysterio, the free generating of his characters, the free smoke cloud of Sandman, the free movement of the Spot. Yeah,
Okay.
you can't not do that.
I think they still do enough, but yeah, you're right. That functions a lot of the team. But you still could make a Sinister Syndicate team, solid team, by themselves, even with just all the figures from one set, which is kind of cool. Like to have a figure like to have a team, a solid meta team out of all the pieces from one set. That hasn't happened that often.
He'd only been around still.
Yeah, for real.
What's that? If who'd been around?
Scott Porter.
Yeah, the one that you get a bonus if they're all from the same set.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, Scott should have still been legal.
Yeah, should have.
Glad he isn't.
Oh no, it would have been fine.
No, it wouldn't have. I don't want everyone to have. I don't want everyone to have 14 attack anymore.
Doesn't matter. They're still hitting everything anyway. So it really didn't matter.
It did. At least it's 12s and 13s, or Perplex isn't everywhere because of the rings. Anyway, we're not done. We still got Legacy and Pogs and other stuff.
All right.
Spider Noir.
Spider Noir.
No.
I want to go ahead and go Spider-Man Noir, Gwen, and the Lizard, and the team base is all D.
You don't like Gwen at all?
Yeah, I was looking at Gwen. She's got to stop clicking there.
She does, but I just don't.
That's the start.
Yeah, I just don't think you're pulling all that stuff off.
Yeah, I'm putting Gwen in C.
Yeah, me too, because I think there's some uniqueness you could do there with the Captain Stacy Pog. Lizard, though, no.
Yeah, no, I don't think the team base is that great. I mean, I'm with y'all. I'm picking up and putting down, but
I want to put the dinosaur in not D tier because he looks so cool, but it's not there.
I mean, is there anything with him in like Aquanix and the Matilda?
Well, I mean, he can use that, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He does 4 damage, only 10 attack, but
yeah, he did that 12 on his last click, on his first click of his 50-point dial.
He does have super duper senses.
He does.
And when he uses it, he knocks everyone back. and he has Outwit or Prob, and he can, move 5 squares and Quake like all the others.
Yeah, I mean, I think Spider Rex is a C. It's a really cool sculpt. I'm glad that we've gotten it, but
It's different. They have to hit the Quake, I think. He just does it if he moves.
Yeah. If you move him 5 squares or less. How far away is he from that? 2, 3, 4. He could get to 9 and hit 12 on his own, I guess.
I stab, and then he goes 5. Yeah.
Is it move? Does anybody have his card? Is it move?
No, when
Spider moves, and it's a small M moves.
So it
moves
works as a
5 squares or
sidestep?
less. Yeah, so he can sidestep and Quake. Yeah.
But it's after resolutions. He may use Quake as free.
As free.
So you can't. It's not. It's not repeatable.
Yeah, you can't do it multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, like he's always just sidestep quaking.
Yes.
Right. I don't know. It still C's.
I mean, yeah, no.
You know what? I actually going to give him a B because Super Duper Senses helps, Invuln helps, 4 damage up top helps, Super Strength helps. He's not bad.
All right. He looks cool.
I was arguing not to put him in D, so I'm a little shocked.
I moved him up. All right. On to the legacies. TV Spider-Man. I like this guy a lot. And I'm going to put him right up there and snuggle him in B.
Yeah, this guy's pretty good. Keyword cheating, Spider-Man, it's the opposite of what we're used to. Spider-Man gets celebrity, not the other way around. But the main thing for him is TK, when he uses to place a character with the celebrity keyword, they can make an attack. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yep. And you normally would say, oh, it's a power action to do the thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a power action to do the thing. It's fine. Like, it's another attack. Like, you get the TK and an attack out of it. So, it's power action.
That's pretty good.
Spider-Girl.
I mean, I don't hate her. She makes good pogs. And she has leadership and perplex.
Yeah, the biggest issue with her, she doesn't have the wall crawler, which would probably make her too good.
I don't think she needs a wall crawler that really. This is a piece you want to keep in the bag. Because she just gives somebody else, like, global perplex or prob.
Karn isn't a max, right? You could just keep it's once per game. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'll give her a C.
I don't know if I'd even give her that. I'm not sure.
She's a pog generator, Alex. It's good.
Oh, it makes one pog. One
Pogs, Alex. Pogs.
When Karn goes down, you bring in a Master Weaver.
Who has prob. That's
Pogs, Alex.
it.
Pogs.
I don't think I'm putting her in D. I don't think she's good enough. The pogs are cool, but
aren't we making a janky pog team? This seems like the golden age of pogs.
Yeah, it's just I don't like once per game pog effects. That just bugs me. Because in my luck, I'd use that once per game, and then the pog dies immediately. And
that's why you play Falcon.
Sure. Well, don't get Master Weaver unless it is KO'd, I guess. So, anyway.
Okay.
Well, no, this isn't the golden age of pog teams because we have Spider-Man here to stop all that.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about Spider-Man that much.
No, we're definitely not too worried about Spider-Man.
I mean, 25 points in cap. Come on. Give us a mobile.
Yeah, that's true. She does give a mobile. Yeah.
Yeah, she's still D tier. All right, let's keep moving. Scarlet Spider, I think, is also a D.
I didn't like him the first time around.
Madam Web is debatable, but I want to give her a C.
B, I like her.
She's decent.
Wait, so hold on. I'm looking at Scarlet Spider again.
Oh boy.
He's not bad. for 45 points. He picks a power from another character within line of fire. I know Beetlejuice exists, but like you can give him a move and attack without equipping him. Or you could get him to click 2 to get Flurry. His combat values can't be modified. If he would be KO'd, instead you heal him or roll a d6, turn him to that click. That's not bad for 45 points. I like him better than Arana or Spider Girl. I mean,
his combat values can't be modified by other friendly characters. He's got a 10 and a 9 and a 10 and a 10 and a 9.
Sure.
Like,
but you could just take RCE or CCE from somebody because it's other friendly characters' offense, so he can get it himself. Give him a Bucky's arm or something.
Yeah.
I don't mind him. He's under 50 points and he does neat things, but you're right. He's not amazing. But anyway, Madam Web, you said B. Is that where everyone put him?
I put her at C.
B.
C?
C.
Interesting.
C.
I'm putting her in B. I think people are gonna play her.
All right. The Doc Ock. Are y'all gonna give me some spiel about 4 tentacle tokens being good?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, good. Because I don't think it's there.
No.
I'm gonna put him in D as well. Alex?
He's in D for me.
Yeah. Swarm is basically just the same thing over again.
Yeah.
He is a cheaper.
He's 60 points. I don't remember what he was last time.
I felt like he was more, but let me see. Yeah, he was 120.
Yeah.
Is that right? What? Yeah. That was his problem. He was 120 points. He did cool things. His was, though, unless the attack rolls is double, Swarm takes no more than 1 damage. So they took that away, but they halved his points.
I mean, he's Sinister Syndicate. So, he goes with all this other stuff that we've got.
Mm-hmm.
He does poison. He's only taking 1 damage at a time.
He makes bees.
Yeah, he makes bee pogs.
And he'll have precision strike because you're probably playing with like Norman Osborn or something.
I mean, he's not awful, but he is.
He's only a 10 and then a 9. So.
Well, you got Sinister Syndicate, so I mean.
Well, I guess that's true. You just make him a 12. That's Mysterio.
Yeah. All right, C. He's a C. Kudos for like having the point value and making him more playable. Realizing, whoopsie, 120 was ridiculous before. People still played him before though, because having to roll doubles to not deal more than 1 damage was something.
Well, I definitely played him before. I mean, he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But
how high we put in Spider-Mobile?
How?
Oh man, it's awesome, right?
How low?
You can't put this thing in D. You can't put this thing in D.
Barely a C.
Man, you just make Cosmic Spider-Man, Captain Universe his pilot there.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's unique. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I give it a C, but
play 5 of these bad boys.
I miss it being a terrain.
Vroom vroom. It's gonna get run over by the Spider-Mobile. The key thing though is like
I wish they had like Passenger 4.
The key thing with it though is we do like pilots, and it has 2 really good keywords for pilots. Like Future is solid after we had Masters of Time. Like you could put some decent pieces as the pilot in there. Major Logan could be a pilot if you really wanted to. And so you pop him out on last click. Like there's a decent amount of choices. And that's just Future. Like
You can
You
pop
also
out Captain Universe on his crazy blades unavoidable damage clicks.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. That's probably the best reason to try and play him.
Yeah, and he copies their stats for attack and damage if they're under 100 points. So you see that 10 for 0, and you're like, oh
You're
no.
100 or less, yeah.
Yeah, 100 or less. Yeah. So, I mean, like, this is everything you could want out of a vehicle pilot thing, right? Where you get to take the standard attack and standard damage powers, and then, depending on what their values are, you can replace the attack and damage values as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
like,
you make it so it gets 11 for 4 with Prob and Precision Strike from Captain Uni.
and it's 60 points, and he gets to run around and do stuff. Like, that's fine. I like all of that.
Beep beep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain Uni pops out with that unavoidable blades power.
Beep beep. Indeed, I'm going to give it a C.
I'm boosting this guy up to B for the beep beeps.
All right.
Nice, let's go.
So I think this is pretty awesome. Canon event. Canon event is an S tier because there's one that's not, but canon event is S tier. Because
Why is it S tier?
Because you can just grant immune to your character after giving it an alpha strike by KOing a butterfly with Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
So Spider Totem is probably just meh. It's right at probably like at a C. Web
Where do
Slinging.
you
Yeah,
wait?
that's nice.
Yeah, do you want to know our rankings of these? If we just agree with you, or
That's where you gotta speak up, right?
well, you're kind of
Sorry.
soon. I have canon event as an A.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're fine because we're getting near the end of it. A little sleepy, but I don't have canon event as an S. I see what you're talking about. I think it's really good, but I don't think it's going to be on every team because sideline space is so precious. And I think it is very good with the alpha, but not everyone does like the super duper alpha. And I want this one figure to, and not everyone's playing butterfly. So,
Well, it's just also a good way to.
It could be though.
It's also just a good way to survive. It's also a good way to survive going second.
yeah. I have it as A. I think it's going to be played a lot. I just don't think it's going to be like everyone has to have it because I don't know if any of these you're going to have because it very. It could be Chair Panther.
My S tier definition, I guess.
Yeah, for me, I just look at S tier as like it's going to be everywhere, and I guess canon event could be, but I also just seeing it be like the second thing Chair Panther chooses, right? Like Beetlejuice and canon event.
Well, that means it's that good.
Sure, but it's not going to see play. I mean,
well, I mean, I guess if they're choosing Beetlejuice and canon event, I guess that means they get to use rivalry. Like,
I am sure. I don't know how the rivalry is now, though. But fair point.
All right, Spider Totem. We talked about that. I think it's just a C tier one, but not too awful. Web Swinging.
That's the one you can move and evade, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That might be D tier.
What?
How
you have to have leap climb. So
yeah, that's the problem. How often is it going to be played? How many of these pieces that we have now in S, A, and B have leap climb? Like Spider Ham? Does Captain Universe have leap climb?
I don't think so. That's like the first one shot that has like a big restriction like that. I think it is. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I'm putting it in D tier.
Didn't have a leap climb restriction.
Yeah, I don't see it because it's so conditional. Because not only do they have leap climb, they also have to miss their super senses for you to want to even use this.
Right, but then it just negates the thing.
Yeah, at that point, I feel like the cards aren't in my favor anyway, and I would have rather, like, that's a sideline space you're giving up to play this opportunity. if we had more pieces that are up in S, A, and B that had leap climb, then I'd probably agree. And now I'm going to just pull up all the pieces that have leap climb. Because now I'm curious, is there anyone I'm not thinking about?
I think web slinging is a huge A tier piece. Or an A tier card.
Technically, Ulysses has leap climb.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's about it for significance. Besides all the spider people we were talking about, that
All
none of the good ones have it. So I'll stand by my D ranking for that.
Fair enough. Assist from Another World, another A tier.
Very good.
Yeah, it's an ID.
It's an ID card. Yeah,
An ID card. We like those. Especially if a piece gets caught, tied up, caught up, whatever, you can just get it. Get a little help from the Spider-Verse. No one gets that.
I saw what you were doing with that one.
Assemble the Team. Currently in S tier, unless they errata it. It is actually pretty darn busted.
Can they do that before Lantern Legacy comes out? Because if you thought it was busted now.
Yeah, the thing is, it's busted now with Underworld, but Green Lantern TA, it is super duper duper busted, right?
You're just yo-yoing your whole team. Imagine that turn, right? All right, it's my turn one. I team player Green Lantern on all my people, and then I hit leadership. Well, I'm gonna move my whole team across the map. All right, give me 30 seconds to put down all my pieces. All right, I move them back. Let me have another 3 minutes. All right, I'm moving them back over. 30. Think of how long it took for Flash. Remember the double charge Flash to carry everyone over and figure out placement? I can't imagine when this is. I hope they fix the movement part of this because it's good even if they take out the movement, like the carrying capabilities.
Yeah.
It's still pretty good, but
it is still really good. I think it's an S tier piece.
Yeah, I have it too. As is, it's absolutely S tier.
Yeah. Now,
but intentionally, it would make more sense. It would be good for Sinister Syndicate, Masters of Evil. The ones where you have to be adjacent to get copy attack powers and stuff like that. That makes more sense of what it's intended to be. Not, oh, well, I get to carry you because I get to treat you as adjacent, and I get to sidestep and just yeet you across the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds cool until your opponent takes 30 minutes to do their one turn.
All right. Now, in a slight bit of relief, are any of these pogs above D?
Yeah, I think so.
Nothing like what we had in Collector's Trove, thankfully.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
These are the more just kind of fun time.
Yeah, I mean, Spider Hero is pretty generic. Poseidon Man, we thought was pretty busted for a while.
To answer your question, Johnson, Flamethrower, July is currently when Lantern Legacy is projected to come out. FYI. We get Smash and Destroy in May, Lantern Legacy in July. Sorry.
Let's hope this get pushed back a little.
I could see it being July and it being... well, no, because that would mean X-Men 97 is slated for September, so that would make X-Men 97 the world's figures, the world teams and BRs. And that sounds fun. I'm fine with Lantern Legacy being legal for worlds, depending on what it is. But All right, so sorry, I was looking that up. Spider Heroes a D is where we were at.
Yeah, I was thinking Spider Heroes a D. So Cider Man's we thought was awesome, but he's probably a D.
Um, I mean, with TK purposes, does that matter? I guess not. TKing through walls.
Yeah, I guess it does. Well, you can't
Is
see
it?
through the wall, so yeah.
Well, he targets. No, it says line of fire is drawn by this character are not blocked by blocking terrain. But you can't see the square you're TKing to, I guess is the point.
And they can use for 2 targeting blocking. But only, yeah, 'cause you can't target that square though. So yeah.
Yeah, he would have to be on the side you're TKing to. Yeah, probably still a D.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
It's very close. Like, it's unique, but nah. Garden Spider, also a D.
Yep. Spider.
And she busts stealth, but
15
don't
points.
live very long. Yeah.
Boar and Bricks is... Why is it here?
Because you can play these outside of playing Moreland.
I guess so.
You can. Yeah, they got point values. So.
Well, no, I mean, I guess so. I guess you could do that.
Oh yeah.
If you really want to. Solus, it's a leadership piece, but we've had cheaper ones than 25
Yeah,
points.
I've kind of figured what's his name from Collector's Trove would have made a bigger splash than now. Or
You mean who's that?
Black Panther. Am I thinking of T2?
You mean T2?
T2
Yeah.
is 5 points less, so
10 points less, isn't he? He's 15
yeah,
points.
10 points. Yeah, sorry, I was cross-eyed looking at the next one.
Yeah, Verna's the only one. Maybe it's a TK and power, I guess. I know you can get a TK from Universal Weapon, but you're likely using that for something else, right? So that might be like the only one for a cheap TK. Have we gotten a cheaper TK before?
I'm not sure that we've got a cheaper TK right now.
I mean, we might get the ring of telekinesis we're getting at some point. So
that might be it.
Yeah, so that probably would trump this significantly because you can just
5-point TK. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking real quick. Like, you have a 20-point Moon Dragon who TKs and does the barrier thing. But once again, that's a Pog that's difficult to find. And so maybe this is better. I mean, you got Perdegaton, obviously, is the best TK, but
yeah, I don't see anybody playing these, honestly.
Yeah, probably not.
Any of them. Where does Prowler come from? Who makes Prowler? Is he just another?
He's another bystander. He's 10 points.
Not bystander in a thing. Okay.
He's Sinister Syndicate, though.
Oh yeah, that he is. Yep.
Knockback, 10-point Sinister Syndicate.
Maybe
Prowler's worth it putting in C if you're trying to build around Sinister Syndicate. Probably not, but I mean it's
10 points.
Yeah. I'll put him in C. He's the only one I think might be because he actually is a Sinister Syndicate. But that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, that's kind of what we asked for, is it not?
No, yeah, I'm totally okay with this not being super busted and needed for competitive play. I mean, no complaints on my end here.
Yeah, happily glad not to pay $500 for a Pog. Great.
Yeah. So luckily, I am very happy to move every single one of these Pogs into D tier. Dang, that was almost a full sentence for all the Pogs. So, all right. Alex, what is your S and A tiers?
I think they're going to be very similar to everyone else's. Spot, wall, and assemble the team is my only S's. Glider, Captain Universe, Sandman, Mysterio, Canon Event, and Assist from the Other World are my A tiers. So very slim pickings.
Jason?
I've got Spot and Wall, and Cannon Event is S tier. In A, I've got Mysterio and his little Mysterio 002 clone, and then Glider, Spider-Ham, Captain Universe, Sandman, Assist from Another World, and Assemble the Team in A tier.
Okay. And then I have Spot, Wall, Cannon Event, Assemble the Team in S tier, and the Glider, Captain Universe, Sandman, Mysterio, Web Slinging, and Assist from Another World in A tier. So overall, a decent set, but I honestly think on our C's and B's, we stretched. I think we stretched some stuff from A, B, and C up one. But just because something like Spider-Man.
Yeah, one of the things I would mention out of this, and I agree with your assessment, Daniel. I would also put in there, we ranked Gwen Stacy pretty low. Like, most of us only have her at C, and Lizard as a D. But you probably need to get the play-at-home kit.
You always need to get the play-at-home kit. I don't care if they have a crappy dappy piece in there. You always need to get the play-at-home kits, all of them.
Yeah, because it comes with the map. But the main addition for this one is because it comes with the largest blocking we've had yet. It comes with a laser cannon, which is a 2x3 blocking terrain.
Oh, nice.
We've never had one that big before.
Yeah. And
Like
no Diego, yeah, Jacob's right. Not being able to target through him, and he's super hard to kill. He's just awesome.
Yeah. So if you haven't picked up the play-at-home kit and you're on the fence and you're like, well, the figures aren't great. The maps are, I don't know which ones are in it, but all three maps are interesting at least.
Mm-hmm.
But the laser cannon is almost worth it on its own because it is a 2x3 just blocking.
I know the Tangle does not come in, and that's part of the release date kit.
Okay, so then it'd be Hall of Science and Alchemax, which Alchemax is solid. It's like
I haven't looked at the Tangle's other side. If it has another side or not, I don't know.
It probably has one of the others, like either Hall of Science or Alchemax.
Yeah, that's probably true. So then, yeah.
But definitely get it for the laser cannon. Don't underestimate having good terrain.
Oh, yeah.
Having a 2x3 blocking terrain that takes 4 damage to destroy is
locking in those Doc Ocks.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to another Clicks to Off 300 Modern Tiermaker, and appreciate all of y'all. And thanks for watching, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Later.
See ya.